Alright, what's up, homies? We haven't done these in a long time, but we are back with my boy Eskateerr. Alright, where's the, what's up, Eskateerr? I see you got all your, study stuff in the back there, right? Preparing for final exams and stuff, yeah?
Yeah. Right now I'm studying international law.
Oh my god, is it like, how many papers you have to do for financial law?
Oh, no, not financial, international law. And it was just one, and it wasn't that much. It was like minimum 3 pages.
Oh, really? 3 pages? I thought you would have to do like 10 or something, especially during this time?
No, I mean, if law school isn't like that, so like maybe if you do like a law review article, you would have to do something like that with citations and everything, but this is, they don't.
Oh, this is just like a homework then, right?
Nah, it was like their final, but so in law school, like, usually, like, they don't even give you papers. You just read a lot during the class, and then you just have, like, one big final exam. It's, like, 90% of your grade.
Oh, wow, 90% of your grade. Over there in Texas, jeez. In our final exams, it's like 45, 50% comprehensive grade. It's like, damn, 90%.
Yeah, that's a normal class, not law school.
Not lost. Jeez, and rise 90%. They really want to, like, you know, make or break for like we're like rated like, I don't know how we're rated in our school systems and our education bars. We could like catch up on some news with fighting games recently. I did want to pick your brain up a little bit, Eskateerr, and that is, we had like a talk about this on Twitter for a little bit, because I was like busy, but homie, the fucking $100 Street Fighter costumes.
No, man. It's just, man, it's just, they know we're broke, right?
Yeah, they know we're broke, but Capcom is still like doing it anyway, still doing the DOA like last round route. It's like, what are y'all doing over here?
I just, I haven't been able to like keep up with what people are saying, but like, from what I know, like everybody is like, we gotta talk, Capcom. Like that's not. And I don't think it's just Capcom too. Like, look at NetherRealm, like what they did.
Exactly too. NetherRealm is also doing like the cash grab. I mean, I would put like Capcom a little bit like, okay, so like I would put like a compare or contrast Venn diagram between Capcom and NetherRealm in terms of like their monetization and their DLC money practices. For Street Fighter V, it's just like costumes, right? They're just nothing but like cosmetic, and you just like put on these shits so that you could look cool in the battleground, or if you're playing against like a homie or a random online when you're grinding it for legend or master rank. And it's just costumes. For NetherRealm, it's a little bit like egregious because NetherRealm, you're when I go onto your store, you mean to tell me I have to pay money for a fatality? To me, like a fatality is more of an egregious scum.
That was too much. Like, I could see Capcom like price gouging on like costumes like they did, but like whenever they did like the Ninja Turtle ones, right? Like everybody thought like that's way too expensive. But in the back of my head, I was like, well, maybe they have to pay for like licensing fees, Maybe they have to pay like Paramount to like, actually license the turtles. And maybe that's why it was a little expensive. So I was like, okay, maybe I could see that. I'm still not happy about it, but like I could see that. But with these new costumes, I'm like, okay, maybe it's just that.
Yeah, it's like I'm pretty sure you've seen like the one meme on like Twitter or like TikTok, Eskateerr, about fucking Pokimane with like her specialty like cookies, and her comment is like,
I heard about this.
I mean, first of all, that's another like tangent of an off tangent like topic, but it's pretty like similar because it's used in like almost anywhere. First of all, don't say like the phrase "if you're a broke bitch, just like say so," because like you're selling like a packet of cookies. Well, first of all, a packet of Oreo looking cookies.
Like basic cookies.
Like basic, just like cookies and cream cookies, and I forget how much like they cost, but I remember saying they were like $70 like per bag for like a bag of cookies. It's like,
I thought it was just 20 too, and I was like 70. Dude, no.
I mean, yeah, it's just like we're in this era of like cosmetic bullshit again, right? But then again, it's not as much egregious that like Capcom was doing back in the day, and a lot of people seem to like forget about this, and I also forgot about this back in the day, was fucking Street Fighter Cross Tekken gem system.
Oh, I never got into the Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I didn't even know about it like for the longest time, so I didn't know how bad it was.
Yeah, same here. I did not know how bad it was myself until like I watched like a stream or like fighting game content creators talk about it, and like yeah, you had to like pay DLC gems like $3 like for a set of gems, and like the different gems in Street Fighter Cross Tekken is like most of the time you would get like an attack boost. Some are even like egregious, like oh you now have, with this gem equipped, you have the ability to tech almost anything, like sort of shit like that. It's like, oh my goodness, wow, really? So
and these were just like gems you used like one time, right?
Yeah, when the prerequisite, it's kind of like have you ever played a fighting EX layer E-Skater?
Oh yeah. Oh no, I see that.
Yeah, so it's gems are very similar to like, you know, the Gogi decks in that game. So it's still it's like, Capcom, NetherRealm, please, you gotta stop like milking like your fan bases. I mean, we'll still like play them and buy them, but we're not gonna like spend any more for like other like extra shit that you're like pulling out. They look good, but like we're only gonna at best.
Like not that good. Not for that much.
Yeah, right.
I hope with the conversation that everyone's having, like I hope it gets fixed. But I don't know.
And of course, Capcom is no stranger to like, you know, their costume choices for especially a game like Street Fighter series, right? Street Fighter 5, I can't even count how many fucking costumes that they have in their backlog.
There's a lot.
Yeah, like they got some weird ones, they got some cool ones. They even got like a Red Bull sponsored like Flava Flav Ryu and Chun-Li costumes.
I don't even remember that one.
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah, like it really is like when Street Fighter 5 was like campaigned for like, you know, the best competitive esport there is, and that was like their biggest flaw. One of like their costumes was like Ryu was like got like a beanie on, and he was like tanned, and he had like, you know, hip hop clothing accoutrements, like he had like a fucking vest and stuff. And yeah, pretty much everybody called Ryu with that costume like the Flava Flav costume. Like it's just like, like, damn, they really want to sell to that fucking audience.
Did it have a big clock? Like actual?
Yeah, like Ryu had like a big ass like gold clock around like his like.
Yeah, that's exactly why they called him that.
Yeah, right. And Chun-Li had like a fucking you know, like those like ratchet like hairstyles for like girls and stuff. How ratchet are we talking? Like 80s, 90s, 2000s? Probably like 80s, 90s, something like that.
So like the big hair.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to see if I could like find it. Like Red Bull. Yeah, it was this one. I'll send it over to you or anything. But it's
here it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That looks like. Man, I don't know how to describe that. That looks like. I mean, that looks like the late 90s that someone would do. Like if like J-Lo would do something like that. Yeah, dude. That's a pretty good costume, dude. That's a J-Lo costume.
Yeah, it's like, so it's like that's really like the hip hop costumes that they did specifically for Ryu and Chun-Li, and it was a Red Bull sponsorship. So Ryu was Flava Flav, and Chun-Li was J-Lo. It was like, wow.
The weirdest hair ever.
Yeah, they're like $100 like right now. Give or so like maybe like a big blowout sale on like summer or like next year, and those like costumes can whittle down.
I'm gonna be waiting. Alright, I'm gonna definitely be waiting. Oh, I haven't gotten to like check out like your last stream from like, you know, fighting, but like how was KI in Dragon Ball FighterZ?
Oh, that's the other topic. Oh my god, right? Okay,
Yeah,
so unfortunately, I didn't play KI, right? Because at the time I was like, you know, busy playing like MK1 online, and I wanted to get like my digestible feelings on the game. But yo, I gotta say something about Dragon Ball Fighters. Okay, this will give me like a hot minute. Let me drink some water first. My experience of Fighters, and this will probably take a little bit before we get to the main subject, which is about Fighters, right? So Fighters is like a game that I heavily was like boosting and was kind of like my first like stardom into like my YouTube like career, right? Back in the day, the two games that I was really interested in was Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Dragon Ball Fighters. Both games came out around like the same like time period, right? And I was starting up on a YouTube channel, and so what I did is like make combo videos and the like. I would do like, what was it? I don't know. I don't even know if I can replicate them now. Majin Buu combos, Android 17 combos. Fuck, who else? Oh, Jiren combos. Yeah, Jiren combos was.
Majin Buu, like Fat Buu or Kid
Fat Buu. Fat Buu.
Okay.
Oh no. Kid Buu is like, he was pretty much back in the day like season 1 top tier, and I didn't want to touch him for personal reasons.
He was egregious back then.
Yeah, like I like shout out to my boy not IGN, sorry, Arthur Noigueira or Tucci IGN. Love that man. He is a Portuguese streamer, but yo man, I got rocked by his Cell, Gohan, and Kid Buu, and I was like, this motherfucker.
Yeah, those were the top ones back then.
Yeah, so I didn't like touch online. I touched online for like a little bit at home, and this was like before streaming, and I played a little bit of like the beta when the open beta was coming around. And this was like my native ass mind before, like, you know, the holy angels of rollback netcode, and my ass was dealing with like delay based netcode, you know, courtesy of Samurai Showdown for like a whole goddamn year. But rollback, delay based netcode Dragon Ball Fighters was an unfun experience. I love the game. I love like the combos. I love the advanced tech, even though it's a little bit ridiculous to do like, what was it? The advanced tech of like, you know, heavy attack, then do delayed super dash. You know, like the re-jump combos.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And especially it's hard because it's like it's an Arc System Works fighting game, but it's like a Marvel game at the same time. So you do have to do forward on your stick or on your pad, and that's very much, I don't like that gameplay aesthetic. I rather prefer the Marvel style where you just press like 2 buttons for a dash.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like that's just like me. And so the only like time I recently played online was when Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta was like a thing.
So you didn't play like last Friday online?
And that's where I come to like the story, which is like I did. I played the rollback beta. I was like, okay, let me try out like the game. Let me see how much I remember from Dragon Ball FighterZ. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop like labbing, and I'm gonna just try like a casual match like online.
Just jump in.
Yeah, I just like jumped in on just like one match, and that was like the end of that stream. I jumped in and I got my ass whooped, right? I took off like 2 characters, right? This was like me like coming back into
having practiced, you know, pretty good.
Yeah, right? I still remember like my Dragon Ball fundies and whatnot, so I remember like some things like during like the match. I got him down to like 2 characters twice in those 2 matches. Right. So, but still though, I felt a better time playing Dragon Ball FighterZ rollback netcode than how I felt so many like years ago with Dragon Ball FighterZ. Cause the rollback netcode was just like so smooth. Like I didn't have to struggle with inputs a lot of the time, even though the inputs are very simple in FighterZ. I felt like I could get down like semi-consistent combos and do like some big nasty like cooler slash like Broly, super Broly combos, it was a fun fucking time.
Okay.
And that was like for one match.
That's what's up. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I want to like go back and like practice more on like my characters again, because it gave me like that raw like nostalgic feeling of like, yeah, Fighters was so fucking awesome, but I was like, yeah, man, I gotta remember my shit together, because you know the Dragon Ball combos like now are a lot more. They're insane, dude. With the balance patches and everything, with characters getting way more sauce. Characters can do like, you know, full screen ki blasts, or not ki blasts, or full screen Kamehameha supers into super dash. Like, holy shit, I've been missing out on this game. Holy crap.
Yeah,
the sauce that a lot of characters can get is ridiculous now. I
stopped playing for a while, and like, because it was getting pretty tough, dude. Like, you have to grind it to get really good at it.
Oh, of course, right? I mean, this is by far like, you know, a Marvel like style game, right? And you don't get good by just like, well, of course, you get good by like movement and combo potential, but you also got to know like your offense, right? Dragon Ball FighterZ back in the day in like season 1 was pretty synonymous for like their insane amount of like block strings. Like, you just had to like block because there's no advanced guard in that game at all. All you had was Z reflect, but that's just more essentially like a parry. There's no like hold back and press 2 buttons. If you press 2 buttons while blocking, you're fucked.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so it's like, yo, man, I can't like do this game because like there's no advanced guarding. But I mean, it's like a little bit of defense, but the offense is super like crazy. The way you can like, you know, call in assist at any time and just do like crazy like offense mechanics. It's like, that's what makes like a good like, not just like a Dragon Ball player, but also like a Marvel character, is like how you can open up your opponent.
Yup.
Yeah, that's the nature of like Marvel games. It's like the crazy like oppression that like you can do, right? And yeah, man, I just like miss that like feeling of Dragon Ball FighterZ, right? I used to be like, back in the day in the beta, was like a beast with fucking Beerus. Yeah, Beerus was like my main and hit.
Beerus? Back then?
Yeah, back then, like that was like season 1. I didn't even touch like 16.
Really?
Yeah, I touched.
Beerus was like low tier back then too.
No, but I because I'm more of like the guy that like, I love crazy like unique characters. So I was like, okay, Beerus is kind of cool. He has a full screen down M and can do like, you know, the palm thrust like overhead. It's like, okay, this is kind of like my guy.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's also like, well, I think like my season 1 team was like Beerus, Hit. I did love Hit back in the day. And Yamcha. I loved Yamcha.
Yamcha.
Yeah, he was a Rekka fucking character, and I could just get away with like, you know, the Wolf Fang Fist, and then just like go for like level 3. Of course, they are pretty much, you know, S tier, because back then in season 1, and like what you touched upon, Eskateerr, is like the fucking top tiers with, oh my god, day 116 with all like the invincible hits of armor that he had. That motherfucking Juggernaut getting away with that much shit.
Yeah, he's pretty bad. Like my little cousin, like, cause I only played like part of season 1. Because like me and my little cousin were playing a little bit,
right?
And then I came back right around, I guess, when after like the first wave of characters were coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Like after like a couple months, like a year after, because I hadn't been playing for a while.
Okay.
And then I just remember he used Hit all the time, and I was like, this is why people don't like new people in these games, because you guys button mash like the greatest characters.
Oh, of course. That's the literal epitome of Street Fighter. It's not Street Fighter, sorry. That's the literal epitome of Dragon Ball FighterZ, is that this game was meant to like bridge the gap between, you know, the very hardcore anime fan bases, like all from the Budokais and the Budokai Tenkaichis, to an elevated platform that is, you know, the FGC. So there was gonna be like a lot of like button mashers, especially in like season 1, because like it's Dragon Ball. It's the name alone.
Sure. That's why I wasn't too upset about it. I'm like, yeah, kind of expected this at least.
Yeah, this was kind of expected. With a game that has like auto combos with like, well, I mean, of course, like auto combos is not like that like egregious like in other past like older games where, you know, like a la like a KOF where like you press a button and you get like a cool ass like looking super and then it's just rinse and repeat. No. Each like auto combo has like a different like pass in fighters. Light is a different pass, medium, heavy, so on.
Yeah, I like that. I was better with that than like regular auto combos.
And of course, there was like the auto combo glitch. So like if the second hit of like the light auto combo lands, you get like a damage bug. You get a damage buff. So you can do like an uncapped like that was like discovered in like
years. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was like discovered in like season 1, where you could do like unscaled damage by doing the second hit, by whiffing the first hit of a light auto combo and then landing the second hit. And then you'd go for your max damage strings.
Dang, that was pretty okay. Alright.
Yeah. So like, let's say if you do like light auto combo and then do like full string, you'll get like 5,000 damage, like half health. If you do like the damage bug, you'll get like 6,600.
Okay. Alright. Different scaling. Yeah, I get that.
I don't know how well it's like used competitively, but it was a known like bug, and everybody caught wind of that in the Dragon Ball Fighters community. Like, oh shit,
they probably patched that out, right? For sure.
Oh
my god, they didn't patch it out.
I'm trying to remember. I'm like, it's been like so long. Right. It should be, yeah, because like now we got like new mechanics like in the game. Now we can like tag out after a special move, like Marvel vs. Capcom style. Now we have like limit break, which is like their newest like mechanic, where like if you're like one character in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that shit. It's like I haven't tried that out fully. Like you could do level 1 into like level 3 with just like one character if you're just solo character. I haven't tried that out, but I do want to try that out. That's all the news that we wanted to catch up, and this is where we come to like the meat and bones of like our Khaiza Dojo, and this will be kind of like our review, like how we did for Street Fighter 6. Mortal Kombat! Oh my god, Mortal Kombat 1. It is fun.
I just recently got the the pass and tried out Tremor. I can see why everybody wants it.
Yeah. So the thing about Mortal Kombat 1 is that, first of all, Mortal Kombat fans have been, before MK1's launch, Mortal Kombat fans have been starved for a new Mortal Kombat game. That's like kind of like we're going over like the history, because like MK11 came out in like I think like 2019.
2019, yeah, it was before the pandemic, like right before it.
It was right before it, and of course, you know, MK Online is pretty like solid, good rollback netcode. They have measurements of ping and everything, but MK11 was really like ass. Right, just bluntly speaking, right? It wasn't like MK9, it wasn't like MKX. So MK11 was really much, and I talked about this, and I was talking about this to one of my boys, Frank, on like my birthday streams. Like he was asking, why is MK1 like move and feel like so sluggish? I said like probably because, you know, Street Fighter 5 was coming around at the time. And every fighting game other than Street Fighter 5 was trying to copy Street Fighter 5. Yeah, like it's like every game wanted, in that era, every game wanted to be like a slow, grounded, footsie-based game. Basically. Known examples of this would be like, what was it?
I feel like that's why Fighters was like so celebrated, because that's not footsies. There's no footsies in there.
Oh no, there's no footsies. Well, I mean, Dragon Ball Fighters.
And I feel like that's why a lot of people were disappointed in Marvel Infinite, because they wanted more of that.
Comparatively speaking, like Mortal Kombat 11, right? We've been dealing with this shit for like 4 years, and now we have Mortal Kombat 1 coming out of like the woodwork. it still looks, it's like an upgrade, visually wise, it's an upgraded version of what MK11 looks like. Right? But the gameplay is what sold me on Mortal Kombat 1. The fact that you can use tag team assists like Marvel vs. Capcom 1 already sold me.
Yup.
Already fucking sold me. It's a Mortal Kombat game going back to like MK9, not MKX roots where you had like the run mechanic and everything, but going back to like MK9 where you had like dashes and there's a lot of like semi-fast moves and very like the name brand of MK1 is like the air combos and the juggles. Like NetherRealm was kind of just like hearing all of like the complaints from MK11 is like, we want more combos, we want cool shit. Take away the breakaway system, give us like cool looking combos for us like to do. And they delivered on that aspect. Like I can't tell you how many times ever since like playing MK1, I've like went back into like training mode and just like practice like crazy fucking mix-ups. Or like just crazy like long combos. It's like MK1 is like one of those games that I really adore in fighting games where like, what can I do in this situation? What can I do in that situation? Sort of thing. I do love combos where like you can test what you can do in like a fighting game.
They confirmed there's a, and then like to get into other parts of it, like they confirmed they're gonna do an aftermath story. I hope it's not like a lot of money.
Yes, there was like a confirmed, I think it was like in like a Brazil like Comic-Con or Expo that Ed Boon kind of confirmed that, you know, there's more story to come after like Aftermath, because like Aftermath, the story mode stuff is like what sells Mortal Kombat, especially since MK versus DC. And man, boy, did they deliver. Well, let's talk about like the story mode. Holy shit, the story mode in Mortal Kombat 1.
It is insane. I only did it once. I did it with Reptile, and I liked it.
Yeah, you did like the, wait, did you do like the arcade ladder, right? Or just like the story mode?
No, I did the story mode. I have done the arcade ladder. Arcade ladder's alright. I mean, it's an arcade ladder, you know?
I mean, yeah, that's
I do wish that instead of Invasions, they had just done the Crypt again.
Yeah.
Like, they could have kept that.
Oh yeah, but still, like, story mode stuff is really like, I mean, we have been through so many like NetherRealm-esque like story modes, and like I do want to ask, what's like your like ranking order in terms of Mortal Kombat or Injustice story modes, Eskateerr?
Ooh, okay. So both Injustice and Mortal Kombat?
Yes.
Okay, I would probably put Injustice 1 at top, like that brought me back. I would put Injustice 1 on top. And then this one, MK1, then Injustice 2. Let's see. I didn't do a whole lot of 9, but I'd probably put 10, 11, then 9. And this is like tentative because those are all like pretty decent to like really good stories.
Yeah.
And then I remember what turned me off for a good minute because I was still in the military whenever MK versus DC came out. That one, garbage.
Oh damn!
Garbage. Because I bought it. All right, like I bought it. All right, because I was like, oh, I'm into DC right now, and Mortal Kombat. Why not? Right?
Yeah.
Buy it. It was garbage.
Oh, dude. Yeah, it was. I mean, MK versus DC is like, yeah, it's something, right?
It is there. It is there.
The game was.
That's all I can say.
The game was designed. It was
The
designed.
game was there. That's all I can say. Because it was bad. Okay. Because I remember when MK9 came out, I was getting ready to like leave units and go for another one. So I didn't buy that one because the next unit I was going to deploy. So I was like, why get into it right now? But before I left, like somebody had MK9 with this dude I was like crashing with.
Yeah.
And it was really good, and he loved it. He wasn't a fighting game fan, but he was just old right around my age. I think he was a little bit older, so he's probably like late 30s now. But like, you know, old guy who just really liked MK back in the day. You liked MK9. But when I told him about MK DC, he was like, I'm not.
Wait, what? What's that?
When I told him about MK versus DC, he's like, I'm not.
Oh.
He's like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I'm not touching.
I'm not touching. Don't touchy. I think like for me, right? I still have like good fond memories of like the Mortal Kombat 1 like story mode. But if I were to personally rank them in order, if it's both Injustice and Mortal Kombat, I would say MKX as like my primo top.
Fair.
I would say MKX, and tied for like second place would either be Injustice 2 or Mortal Kombat 1.
Fair.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 1. And third would be like MK11 because of their evolved like story mode and the fact of like this is like the first fighting game story mode to have a DLC like expansion.
Yeah, it was pretty good too.
Yeah, that was pretty good. As for like, MK9, Injustice 1, I mean, they were like pretty good like back in the day, but like playing them now, it's like, yeah, they really showed their age.
I'll put it more on like the impact they had like at the time.
Oh yeah.
That's how I kind of like think about it, because Injustice 1, when it came out, like it made an impact.
Oh, of course. Yeah, this was like the first comic book style like fighting game outside of Marvel vs. Capcom. Yes, it's going to have like an impact, but outside of that, if you're just like playing like their native like story mode and just like watching the cutscenes and like how characters fight, it's like, yeah, this is kind of like bare bones. This is like, I mean, of course they did have like budget, but not a lot of budget like some of like in the older games did, in the newer games have.
Okay, yeah, you have a point. Maybe I should, maybe later down the line I'll fix that.
Yeah,
that is a good point.
What was it? Injustice 1's like, I still remember Cyborg versus Cyborg battle where they had to do like the hack off and shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. That's our big fight, huh? But
yeah, you have a point. I'm gonna switch places with Injustice 2 and 1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna at least do that one because that's we got it.
Yeah, because what I think of like in a fighting game for like a story mode is that, yeah, like story mode is more than just like watching like a cinematic cutscene, right? You want to be engaged as like a player, and that's what, or like you want to be like, you are part of like the story mode like experience. And it's cool to see like, yeah, it's cool to see like John Wick-esque like style fights for like these cinematic like story modes, but I get more of a soft spot when I actually like do them. That's why I really liked MKX's story mode as like at the top. Not only does it have like cool characters, and of course MKX is MKX, but also you get to do QTEs in MKX story mode.
That's true. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. You have a point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you get to do like not just like QTEs, but also special moves, even a fatality at one point.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was like Devora like killing and fatalizing Baraka. That was like the fatality motion. I was like, oh, cool. Sad for all those like Baraka fans at the time. Of course, Baraka came back. But yeah, I really dug like story modes that get you like in the moment, right? And Mortal Kombat 1 story mode is like, it will get you like in the moment, but it is very much, you sit back and watch like a Marvel Cinematic Universe like movie, and the only real,
it's not even as involved as like MK11's.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's like an origin story, right? For a lot of like the characters, Liu Kang resetting the Mortal Kombat timeline to like a new, quote unquote, a new era. That's like the tagline. So you'll see a lot of like origin stories here and there.
So you think maybe like they're using MK1 as like a test the waters on new story mode stuff now?
I think so, and I think they're doing like a cool job at that, right? Because throughout like Mortal Kombat history, we've always known these Mortal Kombat characters just being like 1-to-1 ratio like characters. Raiden is still like Lord Raiden. Liu Kang is still Liu Kang. Shao Kahn is still like Shao Kahn. With this like new like era, it's like a lot of like character lore backgrounds are really different. And everybody knows me, homies, is that like I like a change in pace, especially when it comes to like, you know, fighting games, right? So I
mean,
like
they still make Bihan into it did though.
Well, I mean, to be fair, character traits are still character traits. Like, what was it? A fixed point in time is still a fixed point in time. Barry's mom will still get killed because she is still going to die. I mean, that's besides that.
Well, what about Miles when he tells everybody he's gonna do his own thing now?
I'm gonna do my.
I watched that movie. I love that movie so much.
I think like MK1 story mode is still like a really good story mode, all things considered. Yes, a lot of it is just like origin stories, but like those origin stories are really like what make it like, you know, pop and like flare, right? How Kenshi lost his eyes, how Baraka is Baraka, how
Baraka got it good though. He got a way better origin story.
Oh my god. Baraka and Reptile are the fucking goats of Mortal Kombat 1 story mode. Dude, they're family men, and they lost their family.
They lost their family, and now they're fucking pissed about it.
Yeah, right? Oh my god. Yeah, they're fucking heroes in that game. They give a lot of like credit to like side characters a lot, because, you know, this is like, you know, everybody knows Baraka. Everybody knows Reptile. Outside of like Sub-Zero, outside of Scorp, outside of like the main like dudes that run Mortal Kombat, we only ever see like, you know, these side characters just being side characters and not really having a lot of like oomph to their character.
You know what I think they're gonna do is like, since they have like that big rumor for like a DLC for the story mode, I think they're going to introduce like the original Scorpion. I forget his name.
Oh, Hanzo Hasashi.
Yeah, Hanzo. Yeah, I think they're gonna introduce him because, like, at the end, remember how like they teased making the Shirai Ryu?
Yeah.
I think they're gonna try to introduce him.
Well, I think they already like teased Hanzo Hasashi, cause if you played like the Smoke arcade ladder and you get like his like character ending.
Okay.
You get to pick up like a little boy that was like, you know, finding like berries and shit, and Smoke felt pitiful about like this orphan boy, so he took him in as a Shirai Ryu, and he says like he has like an admirable fiery spirit, so he named him Hanzo Hasashi.
Yeah, that's definitely, yeah, they're gonna bring him. They're definitely gonna bring him now.
But who knows, right? Hanzo Hasashi could be like coming back. It could be Takahashi Takeda as the new Hanzo Hasashi.
Could be. No, it's not bad. It's not a bad get. I don't think they're gonna. I think it's gonna be on.
Yeah. I think they would like do that, cause like knowing like Ed Boon, he would do like some crazy shit like that. He brought back like the fucking combat kids and had them killed off near the very end of like that story mode.
Oh my god.
Cause people hated the fucking combat kids when they came out in MKX. So it was like fucking retribution.
I did not hate the combat kids.
Yeah, I did not hate them either, but it was like a lot of like old school Mortal Kombat fans that want their old school like characters. Yeah, nobody liked them.
We're not gonna care about their opinion when it comes to the story mode, because they grew up with nothing. Okay, the story.
They grew up with nothing, right?
They grew up with animations at the end, if they got lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, but honestly, Mortal Kombat 1, it was like, I call it like a fun roller coaster ride. Like just a lot of fun. It wasn't a lot that like serious like some of like the older games, but everybody was just like charming. You know, everybody has like a charming like aspect to them that really made them flesh out in like in the story mode.
Also, I'm really glad they did not actually bring back Kronika, because I actually would have been really upset. I would have been upset if they did that.
Yeah, it really like grabbed you by the balls a little bit at like at the beginning, and it was like, oh my god, Chronica is like coming back. But then once you start getting into like the story mode, it's like, oh, it's not Chronica. It can't be her, right? Because as like Garrus said, when a Titan dies in the Mortal Kombat lore, they're permanently dead. They can't come back. And the ultimate like plot twist, which is like I did not expect it at first, but you know it kind of like makes sense. Fucking evil variant Shang Tsung from an alternate timeline. So it was like Mortal Kombat 1 was cool conceptually because there's Mortal Kombat 11 did in the Aftermath expansion did like a lot of like games back in the day where they had like, you know, those karmatic choices, like choose between good ending and like bad ending, right?
Oh yeah, that was super popular back in the day.
Right, like a la like Sony's Infamous games.
A la Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Yeah, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, or a lot of like other of those games, right? And you know, karma choices were like the hot shit. And everybody who's like anybody who chose, I've always been the goody two shoes on like karma games. I always chose the good ending. I could never bring myself to do like the evil ending. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
like,
I can see that.
Mm-hmm. Like I did like Infamous's like evil endings. I just felt dirty. I just felt dirty doing the like those like you know, evil like choices, right? So, but with Mortal Kombat 11's Aftermath expansion, it was like the first time that a fighting game did like a good like ending and a bad ending, and both endings are canonically carried over into MK1, and that to me,
that is a big plot twist, honestly.
Yeah, right. That's brilliant.
They always make you. They always. Like everywhere, they always make you think like, okay, there's only one canon thing.
Yeah, there's always like one canonical thing. It's like it's always like the good ending, and that's it. There's never like taken into account of like, oh, what happens in the bad ending sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like okay, that's just like a what if.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's charming for Mortal Kombat 1 because like they took that what if from Shang Tsung's ending and incorporate that into the main story mode, and now we have like different Titan keepers or hourglass keepers duking it out, and they really duked it out in the MK Deception Pyramid of Giza looking ass like monument.
I don't know how that's gonna go like for the rest of the story though. Like there's Titans everywhere now.
Yeah,
like, that doesn't mean anything anymore.
Well, I mean, it's Ed Boon, it's NetherRealm. They can like, you know, write whatever the hell they want, and it could still be like a fun blast, like regardless. You know?
Yeah, that's a good point. Writing always fixes everything. Mm-hmm. It's the real magic.
It's the real magic. Most of the time it works. Sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes it's really bad magic.
Yeah. But the MK1 story mode is really like fantastic. Still, like I would put it as like second place. Oh, the big like highlight of like the story mode, and then we'll move on to like other aspects of MK1. You chose like Reptile, right? Near to like the final end?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, dude. The fucking Easter eggs for every like random OC that you fight as like your character.
Yeah.
It's just like so much fun. I chose like Liu Kang, and I think I got like a surprise fight, and it was like the old school smoke cyborg robot from the old school MK games.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, like
Reptiles was oh, I'm not the only person that can shapeshift. They've been suppressing my people for a long time.
Yeah, like, and I played it like in the second run, and I was playing like my main Shao Kahn, and one of the AI battles was, no shit, someone called John Connor.
Really?
Yeah.
John from Germany.
Yeah, like deadass. It's like John, the first name, and then like the Connor, like Kahn Connor.
I feel like they did that as a big F you to Arnold Schwarzenegger for not doing his voice.
Oh yeah, I mean deadass. That's a double entendre. Yeah, like fuck you, Arnold, but at the same time, damn, a Terminator reference. Like, this shit was a lot of fun. I gotta like go back into like that story mode and see like what other OCs that they brilliantly like made, right? I gotta look at a video behind that. But it was a cool like story mode. I definitely like dug it. It's a cool single player campaign, but we touched about this, but you know what's a bad single player like mode is invasions.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh my god.
I don't even like wholly hate it. It's just
right.
How can you go from crypt to that?
Exactly, right? Like, yeah, like invasion sounds like really cool at a surface level, but once you start getting into the nitty-gritties of invasion modes, it's RPG style like gameplay.
It's not even RPG, dude. It's like, look at the board. It looks like Mario Party.
Oh yeah,
but worse.
It does. Yeah, it is. It's not even RPG. There you go. Thank you. It's literally just Mario. It's Mario Party, but way worse.
It's like Mario Party with stats. Okay, that's all it is.
Yeah, that's really like what it is. You have to select like your augments. You have to select like your talismans, and each and every stage. I hated every stage. I didn't mind the
I don't even choose the augments of this. I just go in and just do stuff.
Because like I played like invasions mode once on like the PS5, and all that really mattered was like that fucking epic like scorpion skin. I mean, I know we talked about costumes a little while ago, Khaiza. Come on, you just set yourself up. But I mean, but that costume looks kind of sick though. I mean, not gonna lie, I want to get a little piece of that.
Like, I'm okay with burning costumes. I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay with that. But I'm not like, why invasions? Like, it's just the grind.
It's like, okay, if you're if you
like,
are
was kind of fun. It was kind of fun. Like,
yeah.
reptile was in the background. You could craft stuff a little bit to make your little items and stuff like that.
It was a much more immersive way of, outside of like single player campaign, the crypt was like your best bet, because you get to go through all these like different like Easter eggs and stuff like that. In MK1 Invasions, there's hardly any like Easter eggs, because what you're focused on is like the pitiful ass like grind, and like the grind for EXP gain is pretty stupid.
Yeah, man.
You earn
pointless.
You earn like a penny's worth of EXP in invasions mode. You get a little bit bumped up if you do like a perfect and a brutality, but for the most part, you're just like toillessly grinding away. Right?
I forgot that there was XP in there.
Yeah,
like halfway, I just forgot.
Yeah, that's how that's like a little bit similar to like MK11 or like Injustice, where you level up like your character in MK1, and that's how you unlock brutalities, fatalities, taunts, for like all their like character mastery. And the best like character mastery like item you can get is like an epic like skin or something like that.
Like, I'm okay with it. I just, I forgot that invasions let you have XP going towards that.
Oh yeah, like. Yeah, it's like, I didn't mind like the first few fights, because okay, it was a cool thing, but like I just kept like toiling away, and it was not just like that, but like the process of getting to that like EXP gain. I hated every single enemy encounter of invasions. Everybody has super armor. Everybody has wake up super armor on like everything, and it was just like it made the shit like an unfun time, right?
Yeah,
because like invasions was there to like. Because Mortal Kombat, right? Mortal Kombat has always been for the casual level. Smash Brothers and Mortal Kombat are the two known fighting games that will bring in a casual audience no matter how many titles they have, and no matter what bugs or like things that like they have, because it's Mortal Kombat, it's Smash Brothers. One's known for their video game museum of characters, and the other is for gore porn.
Pretty much, not wrong.
Yeah, so like that mode is specifically made like, if you're not going to play online, if you're not brave enough to play Mortal Kombat sweats like Sonic Fox or Foxy Grandpa online or Honeybee, Invasions mode is definitely there if you just want to like press buttons and just like, you know, not touch online in any way, shape, or form.
That's basically what I use it for, just to press buttons.
Exactly.
Not even what I do at all.
But like with Invasions, it doesn't really teach you properly. Like,
No, it doesn't.
I was expecting like a Street Fighter 6 level, like world tour of like, you know, story mode tutorials. It doesn't even do that.
Nope.
It's the weirdest way because like it shows you like, oh, blue is like punishable or not, but sometimes like you miss that punishable opportunity because the game has like rich combos. And if you try to do like a meaty or like a setup, it's like trying to teach you in-depth fighting game mechanics, but not really like fleshed out. Speaking of online mode, did you try the online Eskateerr?
I tried it natively. It's okay. It's not like the greatest, but I mean, it's getting there.
Okay. Because that's kind of like my experience too. It's okay, right?
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible. It's not great like Street Fighter 6 nor Guilty Gear Strive. Because those games are like leagues above what yeah, they're top tier rollback netcode. Mortal Kombat 11 is like fun, and the only saving grace that like helps Mortal Kombat Online is like the combos and the break, and of course like the breakaway system where like you do spend all 3 bars and stuff like that. The combos and the synergy that you can do with like your cameo characters, it's what sells MK1 to me, and I'll still keep on like playing it for me.
Same. It's okay.
The only problem.
The
only problem with like Mortal Kombat 1 Online is, at least like in my honest opinion, is like one of them is the controller setup. I hate playing like fighting games on like a PS5, so it would have like native like input lag. So
okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so it's like I try to do like, you know, down forward like 4 as like Shao Kahn for like the Quake move, and it's like it's not coming out in like certain strings. I'm just like mashing for like a certain string, and it's like, luckily I have like a Brooks converter, but I need to get like better Brooks converters for like, you know, fight pads more than anything. But
you didn't get the top one? You just got like, you know, one of the earlier versions or something?
I just got like one of the top ones, like for fight sticks only, not for like fight pads.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so I'm pretty much like stuck with like MK PS5 like controller. This PS5 controller is really like good for a lot of like other like AAA budget titles, not really so for like a fighting game.
No, they're not. Because like one of the locals I go to, they you know, because they've been using PS5s for their stuff. And I don't have a PS5 controller, so I just use what they got.
Yeah.
And I don't hate the PS5 controller, but
I just prefer PS4 if need be.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Like, which is funny because like I was, you know, I go like back and forth between like Mortal Kombat 1 on like PS5 and PC. I haven't touched the PC version, but I know we played PC version of Mortal Kombat 1. Why does the PC version of MK1 suck though?
I don't know. Alright, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, even for just getting like a private like casual match, and we're not that technically far from each other, New Jersey to like Texas, but even then it's like my inputs are like kind of slow. I'm like in block stun or like frame stun, and when we switched to like parsec, it got a little bit better, but still it was like, yeah, this is like native PC Mortal Kombat 1? Nah. Inputs like come out, right? Inputs definitely do come out in PC version, comparatively so to PS5 version, but it's the like, online,
it's hit or miss. So like, I've had matches where like they were great,
yeah,
and then I had matches like the ones we were gonna have, like when it was just native PC. So it's like it's definitely like hit or miss.
Yeah.
So like, when it works, okay. When it doesn't,
when it does, exactly. Another thing about like Mortal Kombat Online, which is, you know, a negative, is like, I mean, it's good, but like, yeah, just like playing like ranked online is, from what I could like digest, not really like fun. Like my honest opinion. Either there will be like the top players that know like their Mortal Kombat strings, right? Like a Johnny player or a Baraka Cyrax player, right? Like just, you know, tier grabbing, you know, whores, if I want to put it slightly. But yeah, just like playing people online, it's kind of like an unfun experience. Cause
Yeah. I mean, it's getting better, but not by much.
Not by much. It's not because of like, you know, how they, well, it's definitely because of like how they play. Either like they'll rage quit, or they'll do like a brutality or fatality combo. They'll like teabag a little bit. They'll like, you know, do like a taunt here and there. Like this is pretty similar to like my experience with like Killer Instinct, where there's just nothing but like toxic players. But the times I played online with those types of like games, it just draws in that crowd.
Yeah, that's just, you know, yeah. I mean, it's Mortal Kombat. It's American players. That's just how American players are.
I mean, I could face like American players in the East Coast with like Street Fighter 6 or Guilty Gear Strive and have like a good time. And not that egregiously like I'm gonna have you suck my nuts, motherfucker. This like sort of thing with MK games.
Well, maybe I should rephrase it. It's so MK players have always been American, usually mostly American players, and that crowd kind of like developed as a, you know, the same way all American communities around video games are.
Yeah,
you
like,
know,
it's kind of just like, you know, I mean, there are like good gems like here and there in the American FGC community, but most of the time we were just like talking about Punk and the literal epitome of like fighting game FGC over here in the US. People just really love to talk shit and just to rub their nuts on the opponent and dominate.
Yeah, man, that's just, I mean, it's the same thing whenever you watch sports. It's the same thing, man.
Yeah, I could.
Well, I don't like Dodgers fans.
I could never get into that, like, personally. I'm more like I'm a humble person from humble beginnings to now, so I could never like do that unless I really like feel like it. My only like philosophy is quid pro quo. Okay, you scratch my back with a teabag, all right, I'm gonna do that same like to you. So I have that, but I'm not gonna do it like first sort of thing, you know?
Yeah, well, I had the same mentality, and then I came up against Dodger fans.
Ah, shit.
They don't stop, man. Like, they don't, because I'm an Astros fan, obviously. They don't stop, man.
Relive that experience of like people rage quitting on me or like, you know, teabagging me
are the things that I hate the most.
Oh, dude, I told you like the first time I played MK Online. Oh my god.
I'll take the teabagging. Like, sure, I don't like it, but like I'll take that. I'll take taunts and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like rage quitters. No, dude. Just take your licks like a man, dude.
Exactly, right? What's all this like bullshit of like FF, right? Like it's so like disgusting. But yeah, like despite some of like the things, there are also like, you know, system mechanics things that are like a little bit off. Like we were just talking about like input leniency with like PS5 controllers. Some like inputs really like don't go well together with like a cameo assist. Like when you do like a move or like a string, sometimes like the move doesn't come out and the cameo takes input priority.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's happened to me. It's not great.
Yeah, like it's like I want to test out like this like meta level play, but I'm kind of like bugged and locked because the cameo system is like coming out a little bit before, you know, like it's like,
yeah, I get what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it's like a little bit weird, but yeah, just like a lot of things that like are prevalent in Mortal Kombat that are like known bugs. But even if there are known bugs, I'll still play the shit out of it.
Yeah, I'll probably still.
Yeah,
I'll
like,
probably play less invasions now. I'll probably do more like arcade ladder.
Do
maybe
more
some casual online.
Yeah. I'll probably just like lab out like some more characters and see like who my mains is, because that's what I was gonna say, right? Like even though all the other like negatives of Mortal Kombat are prevalent in Mortal Kombat 1, I still have fun playing the game because, you know, like the gameplay, the game system is really like driving it home for me.
Good. Yeah.
It just feels good to like land like an air combo and like do crazy like nutty stuff with like your select assists or cameos, and people are still discovering crazy unique ways with their main character and cameo, and there's more content to come, right? We just recently had a trailer with Quan Chi and Chameleon.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched it, but I saw some bits about it.
Yeah, like it looks super fucking good. Chameleon having like traits of like all the 3 Mortal Kombat Edenian ladies, Kitana, Melina, and Jade, giving you different like buffs and like different combo potential. And Quan Chi is an absolute like crazy fucking sorcerer.
Okay.
Probably more. I was probably more interested in Quan Chi more than Omni-Man.
Really? Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because like Omni-Man is good for like a short while though, because he is a very much like just a command grappler / brawler version of Superman from Injustice.
I'm more excited, and I was and am more excited about Omni-Man than I am about Homelander.
Oh, especially after with the news that came after Homelander that he's not going to be voicing the character.
Yeah. Especially after that, but even before that, but especially after that.
Oh yeah, that's true, because yeah, that was like the thing with this like character pass, right? We got like 3 guest characters, 3 Mortal Kombat characters. Of the 3 guest characters, there are 2 Superman clones.
Yeah.
So it's
and
like
one of them didn't want to come back to do his voice.
Yeah, right. So it's like I'm a little bit worried of like how they're gonna differentiate like the 2 like Superman clones. And Omni-Man so far is pretty good, having like the Viltrumite stance, like having his like titty pusher special move, having to do like flight combos like punchy and shit like that. He's a really fun version of Superman. But I don't know how I'll feel about Homelander. Maybe once when his gameplay trailer comes out in like springish, we'll probably have like a different opinion about him.
I'm trying to think of like, did Superman play differently between Injustice 1 and 2?
No, he was pretty much the same.
Yeah, that's true.
Trade to pop like red buff, like forward 2-3, forward 2-3, then like do freeze breath, wall bounce, 2-1-2 again. That's how like Superman goes, honestly. Maybe some traits of what Supergirl was at the end of like Injustice 2. Maybe. I don't know. Well, it's kind of
Something like
Supergirl's movesets are kind of like similar to like some other Mortal Kombat characters, right? Sindel has like the instant cancel flight mechanic. Yeah.
So yeah, maybe not even that. Who knows?
Who knows, right? But I'm definitely more interested in the Mortal Kombat centric characters.
Yeah, kind of, honestly.
Yeah.
The only guest character I was kind of like ecstatic, well, not ecstatic, but you know, waiting for was Omni-Man. Now he's here. He's cool. He's fun. He is voiced by J.K. Simmons, so it's more of a reason to like play him. Yep. But I'm definitely more interested in like some of the other characters for Mortal Kombat. I'm definitely more interested in Quan Chi now that we saw like what his moveset like looks like, and definitely Takeda, which unfortunately he'll be available like in the summer. Takeda's coming?
Takeda's coming, yeah, but in the summer.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's still something.
It's still something, right? I'm definitely interested to see how like Ermac plays.
Especially after the story mode, I am pretty interested in more.
Yeah, right. I want to see like how he does his like levitate like pull, or like, you know, how to get like meter with the character. And of course also the assists. I want to see what other assists that we get for Mortal Kombat 1.
Well, I think there was like some pretty basic stuff. I think the only one that people were really like waiting for was Tremor, if I'm honest, because I haven't even heard anything about anybody else.
I played like Tremor
like
like a
Gandhi.
little. I played like Tremor a little bit, and honestly, Tremor is a really like solid character. When you get to like play him like at first like glance, he does all of like his moves, but your character doesn't move. Like it's like one of those like long assists, right? They're
Yeah.
not.
Oh, it's definitely a long, especially with this punch. It's a pretty long assist.
Yeah. He has like good moves. He is definitely one of the unique cameo characters to just utilize like different variations. Different Aftershock, Metallic, and Crystalline. Crystalline is not as OP as it was in MKX.
X.
Yeah, where you just like soak like hits of like armor and, you know, just let all be all. Aftershock is really, but either way, you could do like a special trick of Tremor is that you call out Tremor and then you do like, he does like this pose up, and then when you're doing like the combo, press like either forward, down, or the designated attack Tremor move that he has, and he comes out like a short assist.
Okay.
So you can still like do combos and offense, but it's a little bit hard because you have to press the button, wait for a few seconds, and then press the button again.
Oh, it's a little weird. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit like hard because like I tried like doing that like myself, and it's like, damn, it's still like I get it like in concept, but actually executing it is a little bit rough. So he's a little bit of like, you know, a critical thinking type of like character, because you have to like set up first and then do your like your moves. And if you want to throw out like moves, you have to wait a little bit. You have to like be locked up a little bit, but the locked up long assist will only take like a short amount of time. He has like a punch that launches you in the air, but it doesn't take you that long.
Okay. Oh, well, all right.
Yeah. But yeah, like I think like for characters, and we haven't talked about like characters, but definitely going to main like General Shao and like some like other assists, definitely like in a trifecta tie with Sector, Sonya, or like Goro. But General Shao kind of like my boy. I just love like punching and doing shit with him and doing like crazy juggle combos.
I've been doing Reptile Mime.
Yeah.
Cameos. I don't know. I might stick with Tremor.
Mm.
It's pretty solid. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Once I figure it out.
Once I figure it out, yeah. Second character for me would be, well, not like a top tier, but who's like a character that's like unique. I definitely want to get good with Melina and Kung Lao though. I definitely want to get better with them a little bit, but it's only like hard because like learning past like maybe one character is kind of like having a Tekken effect, where like you learn like where like learning like a character in like Tekken or like Mortal Kombat, I don't know how to do another character sort of thing.
Oh, I get what you're, yeah.
Every character has like different strings. It's not like universal.
Yeah, not wrong. Yeah. That's why I'm always sticking to like 1 to 2.
Yeah.
And the ones that feel the most natural to me.
But yeah, I think that should do it for our like Mortal Kombat review. Both of us will unanimously agree that like Mortal Kombat 1 is like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I would say that. It's the mechanics that do it for me, honestly.
It's the gameplay aesthetics. Like game looks visually like cool, but what it really sells me is like the combat.
Me, it's probably like 8.5. And mostly because the mechanics are carrying it that much and invasion is that bad.
Oh yeah, then I will like dial it down myself. Yeah, let's make it like a unanimous 8.5. It's good, it's great.
Solid 8.5.
Yeah, it's good, it's great, but definitely needs some like polish in certain like areas.